Now, here's Tom O'Brien.
And this is obviously not Tom O'Brien. This is David White. I host the Power Trading Hour Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, every market day out there, sitting in for Tom O'Brien. We normally talk technology in this hour, or we're going to spend a whole hour talking about it. We've got a lot of things that I saw over this week that can be used as a lesson. When we're talking about investing and not trading, which is kind of a little bit different than trading. We spend a lot of time basically in the Power Trading Hour looking at technical indicators out there, trying to turn the stock market more into a science fair project than into something that is an issue of a long-term broad brush event out there. But I suspect that's exactly what investing is. It's not trying to get in and out at every little fluctuation. One of my heroes in the stock market wrote a book called, well, actually, a thinly veiled biography of his book was written, and his name was Jesse Livermore. Basically, he wrote that the big money isn't in the mild fluctuations of the market, but it's getting on a big run and sticking with it. We've seen this over, well, probably almost 10 years now with Tom's gold letter, and we decided to write one for technology because I believe, and I think a lot of other people do, that we are back in kind of the early 90s where the tech boom has basically been able to shake off that whole .com fiasco, and we are actually getting back into a market that I think for the next probably 5 or 10 years is really going to be driven with technology out there, for the lot of the same reasons that we saw it in the 90s directly after the fiasco with the mortgage crisis in the savings and loan problem. What we needed at that point, and with inflation, is you need stocks that really can throw off a lot of money. Software at that time was big because it's almost, if you do it right, like printing money out there. Hardware can be that too. But basically the industries that revolve around high tech revolve around one thing, and that is very high margins in what they sell. Low margin profits out there are hard to innovate because you can't spend a lot of money developing something that you only make 5% on. One of the companies that I'm involved in is actually looking at going to something in the range from normally 20% margins into the 50% range on some of the new products coming out in the next year. So as we look at these kind of things, we want to go through, or I want to go through in the first segment here, the principles of innovation. When you're looking at stocks out there, what are you looking at in those companies? The first thing that I look at is that they are a disruptive technology. That is that they are, we heard it probably all day today, that today's report from Google was a game changer. Basically, that's what I'm looking at. If we're talking about version 5 of the iPhone, we're talking about evolutionary products. We're not talking about revolutionary products. The time to get in with Apple was when they were doing the iPods. We could see, and basically the story never changed. When you're investing in companies like these, the thing is to get in when they have the beginning of the story, they have a real product, and they're starting to sell units. Over time, you're going to see the characteristics of those kind of products change. I don't know if you can even buy an iPod anymore. Maybe you can or can't. I suspect that their sales are 5% of what their iPhone's for. And maybe in a few years, maybe these tablets will actually be phones, everything, and be something that replaces the iPhone. What I want to do is give a modest proposal about what is happening out here in this market. And I think my modest proposal would be best framed as this. Google is the new Microsoft, and it's about 1981 or 2. Microsoft came in. They didn't have a product that was probably as good as the Apple to begin with. They just made software, but they had the presence of a mind to make sure that anybody that wanted to could make the hardware for it. They were going to sell the high margin part of it. The lesser, but still good margin part of it was going to be made by hardware manufacturers out there. IBM was the first that came to them and asked them for the software. They built it in a giant lapse of any kind of business reason out there. They didn't make them sign a non-compete. Microsoft then launched MS-DOS, and the rest was history for Microsoft. They went from a company making basic compilers and other tools out there for people to write programs to being the dominant manufacturer of computer software for the next 25 years. During that time, Apple continued to not see the wisdom of licensing people to build their hardware. They actually got into that, I think, about 2000, and then got out of it again. One of the reports out this week, strangely enough, is that since 1990, Apple has been under 10% of all computers sold out there. They, in fact, just a couple weeks ago, numbers came out that actually put them back at the 10% level. For computers sold, about 85, 87% of all other computers have Microsoft Windows products on it of some form, or their server products. And about 3% out there have some other product out there for personal computers. But what I want to get back to is that Microsoft had the presence of mind not to try to own the entire market. It was too big for any one company, especially back then. Apple had a lot of money. They made a lot of money on their iPods. They, once again, have tried to go out there and dominate a marketplace. In this case, it was the smartphone marketplace. RIM was pretty much acting stupid, like a lot of companies do. They weren't looking to fight the next war. They were busy fighting the war they had. They decided that a product that used a very, very small amount of data was actually their key market. And it certainly was, because they could launch a product that only used 1 or 2 megabytes of data every month. That was great for sending texts, and basically the Twitter of the 1990s. Businessmen really could use it, and it worked out well. The problem was that they sat on their laurels, and they didn't understand how easy it was to lose the momentum in this marketplace. They failed to innovate. Now we come on with Apple. They continued to move, but they left the barn door open when it came to a lot of companies, much like the 1980s, that got together, and just the sheer might of all those different companies basically drove IBM out of the PC marketplace and put the PC on a huge, or on the Macintosh products, on a huge back burner. They found their ways into niche markets where Apple could make actually decent money on them. But for the most part, if you look through from about 1987 or 88 through about 2003, Macintosh products, mostly because Steve Jobs insisted on a Motorola processor, ended up being 2 to 2.5 times more expensive for a similar processing power on the same machine. That basically is a recipe for a niche or a cachet marketplace. So as we actually look at what's happening, I'm going to suggest that Google is the new Microsoft. They've been able to marshal all these large companies together to build one platform, the Android platform, to come after Apple. I don't know if Apple thought that anybody could do it. Maybe they discounted the thought that Google would even try such an effort. What we saw yesterday in the news and their earnings report last night in their conference call is that they're selling 550,000 new Android cell phones today. Other things that came out of it is that there's going to be pay-as-you-go people that are going to be launching Android phones for less than $100 in the coming 3 months. The next version of the iPhone is due out in September, but it seems like after 4 versions, what can you really do that's going to be that much more disruptive out in the marketplace? Here's where we go from the early adopters to a mature marketplace. Mature marketplaces have the basically their profit margins squeezed over time. And I'm not saying go short Apple, but I'm saying that Apple has made the same mistakes, much like the French did. They tried to fight the First World War and the Second World War. They were out with carts and horses trying to go up against a speedy mechanical device out there that was like an armored personnel carrier and all the other stuff the Germans had. They had blitzkrieg. They had the speed. One thing when you're a single company, it's a lot tougher to come up with newer ideas. One of the things I see out there that even on the horizon that could really be a problematic for Apple is Sony started showing their new tablet this week. It's called the S2. This thing is more like a book. You open it up and fold it open. It's kind of clamshelled on both sides. It's got two high definition displays on it. You can read it like a book, left and right page. You can flip it so it basically is a horizontal product also. But it has a lot of the features. In fact, for the first time, I've read reviews that say, finally, there's a product better than Apple's had out there for either the iPhone or the tablets. The other thing going on out there is that Google is releasing their next version of their Android platform out there. It basically solves all the things people complained about that weren't as good as Apple's product out there. The first generations of that software have just been released, so look for somewhere between 4 to 8 weeks to start seeing Google honeycomb-based products out there on the marketplace. What this really shows me is the company that really ignored the marketplace out there, mostly the marketplace in the investment world, put their head down. They started hiring a lot more people, programmers, started spending a lot more money in infrastructure, and they had the laugh. For the last 6 months, people have been tearing up Google. They continued to ignore them and did what the right thing was, and we're going to let the chips fall where they may. Yesterday's over $6 billion worth of income, I think, proved them right.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
Purchase Tiger Dollars during the month of July, and you will be automatically registered to attend Tom O'Brien's one-day live webinar, 5 primary core techniques to become a master trader, at no additional charge. Your purchase of Tiger Dollars is the only way to gain access to this exclusive webinar. The one-day webinar will be held Monday, August 8th from 8 a.m. till 3 p.m. The course will also be archived on your members page for you to view at your convenience. Go to the front page of TFNN.com under Breaking News and order your Tiger Dollars now.
Direction Shares Leverage ETFs fuse the benefits of exchange-traded funds with the innovation you expect from Direction, providing investors with opportunities to magnify their short-term perspective, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. Direction Shares, ETFs to the power of X. To learn more about Direction Shares, click on the Direction banner on the front page of TFNN.com or call 866-476-7523. There is no guarantee that the funds will achieve their objective. The ETFs are not suitable for all investors investors and should be utilized only by sophisticated investors who understand short-term trading, leverage risk, consequences of seeking daily leverage investment results, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. An investor should consider the investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses of Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus contains this and other information and can be obtained at directionshares.com. Please read the prospectus carefully before investing. Distributed by Foresight Fund Services, LLC. You've heard Bud Rolfs give his expert technical analysis of the stock market on the radio. Now you can have his superior trading advice and his best stock picks delivered right to your desktop every week with his newsletter, The Torch. Using his own trademarked Warpath trading system, Bud will help you to increase your odds of making and saving money in the markets with powerful stock selection, stock analysis, and trading plan strategies. Published every Monday morning, each issue of The Torch features full-color charts in an easy-to-follow format. You will also receive not only the big picture of what's going on in the major markets and critical sectors, but also featured stock picks with complete trading plans and technical setups, as well as the Subscribers Corner, where Bud analyzes stocks submitted by subscribers. Visit TFNN.com today and receive your 2-week free trial of The Torch. That's a $75 value. Sign up now and make sure you receive all the great market analysis and winning trade ideas in every action-packed issue of The Torch from Bud Rolfs.
TFNN introduces Tiger TV. Tiger TV brings you video content to help you succeed in the financial markets and beyond. Investors and traders can get in-depth information, news, commentary, and education for investing and trading equities, options, commodities, forex, futures, and more. Just go to TFNN.com and click Tiger TV and select your favorite channel from the carousel on the left. Grab a popcorn and get ready for Tiger TV, a great new service from TFNN.com.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. When you purchase Tiger Dolls in the month of July, you'll receive access to my exclusive one-day webinar, 5 primary core techniques to become a master trader.
We're talking just a little bit more about how you should invest in technology rather than trade it out there. The first thing we talked about is whether it's disruptive or not. There's basically about 5 different distinct sections out there that a innovative product goes through before it hits the last phase, which is obsolescence, of course. But normally a product starts off and you get a working product. Then you show it to a few people and you sell a few. Normally, if it's a really good product, it's going to be something. You get earlier adopters out there. Those are the people that need it no matter what. It is a tool or a product that's so cool or so necessary that they just have to have it. A lot of people look at it from afar and they start saying, you know, it's a pretty good product, but I need just a couple of things fixed before I'm going to buy it. Those are the pragmatists. When you get into that part and those people start saying, yeah, I just need a few more parts, that's a pretty good time to start investing in a company like that. The next time you're going to get into those pragmatists, about 70% of the total profit on that product is going to be built in that. About half, about 35%. The next 35% comes in people, and we're probably in that in the iPhone business now or the smartphone. And those are the people that are conservative. They've waited, 3 or 4 or 5 products. They're not going to buy anything right off the beginning. These are the same people that probably bought a personal computer in the 90s instead of the 80s. Then you get the skeptics who, basically, I don't need one, those people probably never are going to buy anyway. But maybe they end up buying, about half of them do. But basically, on the next step, you're just over as a product. It's done. So you have kind of a nice bell curve out there. The fat middle of that is filled with people that, as soon as it works and does enough stuff that I want, I'll buy it. And then it's the people, well, everybody's got one now, so I should have one. That accounts for about 70% on average of the profit that a product's going to have. That's one way of handicapping it. Look at the company and know where it is. Is it the beginning of the cycle? Is it the middle? Or is it, everybody wants to have it? You're probably getting awful close to the end because what's going to happen is the next thing is people are going to start buying products based on the hierarchy. First, people buy products based on function. Now, those are the people we talked about at the beginning. I've got to have it. It does exactly what I need. I know there could be 40 different colors of it, and it could come in chartreuse, but darn it, I need it now. Okay? Then maybe there's a few more products out there in the marketplace to compete with it. Maybe it's still a good product. But now, does it start every time? If it's a car, I mean, reliability is a big issue out there. First, is it the car that looks kind of like what I want? Secondly, the hierarchy is it reliable? If it's reliable in all products, basically do the function that a customer wants, and it's reliable, or just reliable as another product, maybe it doesn't have a bad name. The next one, you go into convenience. How easy is the product to buy? How easy is it to maintenance? How much trouble is it going to be? Is there ongoing costs out there? Well, what is the convenience of offering a product or buying that product as a consumer out there? Now, this is where you're pretty much in the convenience part of just, can I walk down to Walmart and buy one? That, again, it happens pretty much late in the ball game. Where the margins really get to be squeezed is when it becomes an issue of price. And that's the last criteria for buying something out there. So as we're looking at companies, what do they sell? Where are they at, are they at in the innovation cycle out there? And how is their product being sold? Is it being sold on functionality? We're the only people that do this in the world. Are we doing it on reliability? Are we doing it on convenience? And are we doing it on price? I would suggest that the problem that Apple had came in the convenience. You could buy it as long as it came from AT&T. AT&T was the most hated cell phone company and on the top 5 of the most hated companies for most of the years that Apple actually sold the iPhone only through AT&T. Kind of a bad marriage if you're Apple and you have to sell your product through somebody that's fairly hated out there for the service in it. This is another reason why we see a wide opening gap out here for somebody like Google to come in. And as I'm talking about these things, they're broad brushes. They're not something that you can make money on a week or a day. These are the kind of themes that last for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, maybe even in the computer industry, 20 years. Is it convenient? Is it priced right? These are all the things that should go in to your decision on how to invest in a technology company. Thinking about what they're doing, what cycle they're in, how they sell to the consumers, and hopefully it's not on price, because that's generally the part where you start seeing these companies go back to earth.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. To help you celebrate your trading independence during the month of July, we are offering you a unique opportunity to get all of the TFNN outstanding products at a substantial discount and to receive access to an exclusive webinar that you can only get with this offer. If you purchase Tiger Dollars during July, you will automatically be registered to attend my live webinar at no extra charge. During this one-day webinar, you'll spend 5 hours in the TFNN virtual classroom learning the 5 primary fundamental core techniques to become a master trader. The live one-day webinar, 5 primary fundamental core techniques to become a master trader, will be held on Monday, August 8th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. If you're unable to attend the live webinar, the course will be archived on your members page for you to view at your convenience. Outstanding TFNN products at substantial discounts with a free webinar. Now that's a great way to celebrate your trading independence. Go to the Tiger store and purchase your Tiger Dollars now.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading in the gold market. If you're an investor in gold or any of the gold mining equities, this newsletter is an essential tool that can help you become a better trader in the gold market. The Gold Report comes out every Monday with complete coverage of the entire gold market, including the XAU, HUI, the dollar, the bond, the rand, as well as more than 35 different mining equities. For the low price of $150, you will receive 13 weeks of the Gold Report, or you can order up to a full year for under $500. If you'd like to find out more about the Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com, or for more information, call our office at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
Win free silver all summer long during our Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway.
Now we have our winner, William Lorman from Wilmington, Mass. William, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Hi, Tom. Thank you very much.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
Oh, we've got Jason Spears. Congratulations. You are the winner of the Great Panther Silver Giveaway here at TFNN. I'm so pleased you called in. Made my day.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Through Labor Day, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only. One lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins.
Right now, we have our winner, Joe Picararo from Wakefield, Mass. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah. Hey, long-term fan. Listened a long time. So, yeah, big fan.
I know that voice, man. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing, man.
Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for more information. Win free silver all summer long during our Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Purchase Tiger Dollars during the month of July, and you will be automatically registered to attend Tom O'Brien's one-day live webinar, 5 primary core techniques to become a master trader at no additional charge. Your purchase of Tiger Dollars is the only way to gain access to this exclusive webinar. The one-day webinar will be held Monday, August 8th from 8 a.m. till 3 p.m. The course will also be archived on your members page for you to view at your convenience. Go to the front page of TFNN.com under Breaking News and order your Tiger Dollars now.
This is David White, and we're talking technology on TFNN.com today. We went through a few of the things. Is it a disruptive technology? Where are you in the pecking order for how people buy your products? I'd like to put out a little invite here for you to call us. You can call toll-free at 877-927-6648 and internationally at 727-445-1044. We'd like to take your calls. Maybe you can talk about a company you think is going to be innovative out there, that maybe we could get in on the ground floor. Maybe you've got a company that's a little older out there. Maybe we need to discuss whether or not this thing's going to the last stages and rolling over out there. We saw that in RIM, probably the chief example, but there are 100 examples out there to talk about of companies that failed to innovate and left the door open. American Express for years owned the credit card business out there for businesses, but they didn't want to get into consumers. Then came Visa and MasterCard. Just imagine how big American Express would be today if they would have taken the lead in going into that consumer credit card business. Whether it's technology or the bricks and mortars out there, innovation happens in America, and it happens a lot. Right now, I'm tracking some almost 200 companies that are planning on going public. So this is another reason why I think that the markets in technology are going to be very, very strong over the next 5 to 10 years. This is the same kind of stuff we started seeing in the early 90s out there, culminating at that peak in the dot-com bubble where products that were almost basically fake out there were going public and going bust within 6 months. We are watching one of the other big things that you should be watching for in these new companies as they come out. I didn't like Pandora out there. Symbol is P. You might take a look at it. I thought that there was some other things on the business side that made this somewhat problematic for investing in. One is probably the biggest one out there is Pandora. Doesn't have a lot of barriers to entry. A lot of people can get into this kind of business fairly easily. One of the reasons that I don't like companies is if their barriers to entry are, if anybody can get into it and it doesn't take long, we are taking a look at it. Anyway, we do have a call, and it's Marty from Massachusetts, and we're looking at BTX. How are you doing today, Marty?
Hello?
You're on the air.
Okay, well, I've been watching this stock. A few interesting people have mentioned it. I noticed that it's come down from almost $10 to just under $5, and it looks like it might have double bottomed, but then again, I don't know. And besides that, it's a new company. It's like a junior. It sounds like it's got a good idea, but I don't understand what it does enough to know whether they might have a winner, or where if it's just like one of these little junior gold mines that's really just moose pastured. You know what I mean?
Are you sure about the symbol there, BTX?
BTX, Biotime.
Yeah. I don't think it has anything to do with miners.
Oh, it doesn't?
No.
It's a biotech stock. I was comparing it to being a small company that's a startup and it doesn't really make any money yet. I was just saying, I mean, like a lot of these junior mining companies are moose pastures. Is this an equivalent in the biotech area of just a dot-com bubble kind of a thing?
Well, when we come back, we'll discuss that. You hang on, Marty. We'll be right back.
Okay.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
TFNN and Tom O'Brien have announced a one-of-a-kind special for this month only. During July, if you purchase at least $500 worth of Tiger Dollars, not only do you get a 20% bonus, but you also gain access to an exclusive one-day online class with Tom O'Brien. Tom's live one-day webinar will take place Monday, August 8th, and of course will be archived if you can't attend or just want to review. Tom will focus on the 5 primary fundamental core techniques to become a master trader, and the only way to gain entry to this exciting one-day class is by purchasing your Tiger Dollars in the month of July. The best part about Tiger Dollars is you can spend them on a variety of newsletters and products we offer. Bud, Basil, Ken, Dave, Steve, Larry, Tom, or Nico, no matter your preference, they all accept Tiger Dollars for their services. Purchase your Tiger Dollars this month and don't miss out on Tom's exclusive full-day webinar. Visit TFNN.com and act today.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
I'm very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, Did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
TFNN introduces Tiger TV. Tiger TV brings you video content to help you succeed in the financial markets and beyond. Investors and traders can get in-depth information, news, commentary, and education for investing and trading equities, options, commodities, forex, futures, and more. Just go to TFNN.com and click Tiger TV and select your favorite channel from the carousel on the left. Grab a popcorn and get ready for Tiger TV, a great new service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Harmony Gold. For more information, just click the Harmony Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
As we come back, we are talking with Marty in Massachusetts about BTX. It's a biotech, Biotime Incorporated. They engage in biomedical research and product development activities in the United States and Asia. Primarily focus on regenerative medicine. Here's my theory, Marty, on biotechs. I don't know enough about biotechnology to actually get into it. Even if I did, here's the problem. They always go through, if it's going to be used on humans, have to go through trials. The product can fail at any time on those trials. Even if all the trials do well, it has to go to a board. There's 5 people. There's really, they can vote up and down, and it's like a jury. They don't discuss it until the day they vote, and then the announcement comes out about an hour later. You really don't have any way to get a heads up on these things. They can, it could be $1 the next day or $20.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. That's why I thought maybe somebody else would have some idea about it. But I guess,
The old saying from Benjamin Franklin is 3 people can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is one place that it seems like that it's very rare to get any information out of either the movement in the stock or what the people do in the company. I've just never been able to get a good grasp on it. Maybe we need to get a doctor on here at TFNN to handle biotechs. And invest in them. But I have yet to meet somebody that didn't have inside information, and that was back in the 90s, that actually did very well in these things. Once they tightened up the rules and regulations on what you could release out here, these things have been, at best, a crapshoot.
Yeah. Well, it was worth a try,
It certainly is. It's not a bad-looking chart out there. It's just I have no idea. It's actually kind of a good-looking chart out there.
Well, the whole thing is, I think if the whole markets continue to turn down, it probably will get cheaper. It has made a death cross on the 50 and 200-day moving averages, and it looks like it might have double bottomed, but it could just easily go right down and crash through that.
Well, I'm suspecting that we see some kind of low in about 4 to 6 weeks out here late August. And actually, I've got a lot of stocks I would love to buy in the newsletter, and we're going to be highlighting them over the next few weeks out here like we did in May, where I said, hey, I'm ready to buy these stocks, but we got to get to the end of the May to make these things pay off. And for those people who got my newsletter, they can see how well that waiting till that end of May and the first part of June when we started buying some of these ones that we wanted to own for hopefully years, that paying off really worked well. I want to thank you. I wanted to thank you for your call, Marty. And
Can I ask one more question?
Sure.
Do you cover alternative energy at all?
I certainly do.
Oh, all right, because I remember I had some pretty good luck at one time with Evergreen Solar. It turned out it was okay as a trade, and I was lucky to get out of it in time, and a couple others.
I would suggest this. You can go to our website and get a free 2-week trial, and on that you'll see one of the stocks in there that I am in that I think is going to be reporting the end of this month, and I think I'm pretty sure that it's going to do very good. Maybe not Google good blowout, but I think it's going to do well. Anyway,
that's good because I like the sector, but all I could do was buy an ETF for the index because I don't know how to pick these companies.
You bet. Well, take a look at that, and we do have a call here. We want to go to France from Boynton Beach, Florida, and he has general comments. How you doing, France?
I'm doing fine. Yourself?
Another day in paradise.
Excellent show. Tell Tom, man, he's really grown up. I don't know. I've been listening to TFNN for, and I used to be a Tiger, but He's really doing real well, and I tell him to keep up the good work.
Fantastic. I'll tell him. What do we want to talk about today?
Yes, I wanted to talk about nuclear energy. I know after the that big incident happened back in February, in Japan, you were strongly behind nuclear energy, and I haven't heard any more comments from you about since the latest news. And also, as far as fiber optic, what do you know about it? Any upcoming companies that we can look into that you might be aware of?
In energy or what?
Optics.
In fiber optics. Well, I continue to think that we had a nice bang out of here with companies like JDSU, some other ones that are out there, and they're getting extremely attractive. They did come back to their starting point. A lot of times companies that do this, that's in, but when we were talking about companies like Netflix, which I didn't even get into here today, they basically came out this week and split up the divisions of their company into getting a DVD by mail, or you have to get it all streaming. And the economies on that are very good. It costs them about 93 cents to send a DVD out.
No, Dave, when I say fiber optics, I'm talking about as far as not the user. Netflix would be a user of it. I mean,
right, but hang on. I'm going to get there, okay?
Oh, okay.
Netflix has decided that they really want to push this whole thing, where Apple kind of sat back off to the side. They've pushed very heavy into going and pushing people into the whole thing of going digitally and digital delivery. Costs them about 93 cents to send out a DVD and get it back. It costs them a nickel to send a movie across the internet. We're running at about 95 to 98% capacity between the evening hours out here every night from people downloading and watching movies from Netflix and other streaming media sources. So I can't imagine, other than the fact that everybody's not willing to spend a dime out here, that within the next 6 months, I suspect that we're going to have a forced upgrade cycle out here in that marketplace. That right now everybody's trying to do with what they have. They're not willing to spend or let go of a dime. For the most part, we saw that first pop where they absolutely had to upgrade it in JDSU and some of those other companies. But I'd be looking at those companies very hard. There's nothing that's saying that anything's going to change out here in internet land, and that is we don't have enough of it. We're not fast enough, and as people get more and more of these devices, you're going to have them. I was looking at JDSU today, and it's getting very close. We'll come back to you in just a minute, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. To help you celebrate your trading independence during the month of July, we are offering you a unique opportunity to get all of the TFNN outstanding products at a substantial discount and to receive access to an exclusive webinar that you can only get with this offer. If you purchase Tiger Dollars during July, you will automatically be registered to attend my live webinar at no extra charge. During this one-day webinar, you'll spend 5 hours in the TFNN virtual classroom learning the 5 primary fundamental core techniques to become a master trader. The live one-day webinar, 5 primary fundamental core techniques to become a master trader, will be held on Monday, August 8th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. If you're unable to attend the live webinar, the course will be archived on your members page for you to view at your convenience. Outstanding TFNN products at substantial discounts with a free webinar. Now that's a great way to celebrate your trading independence. Go to the Tiger store and purchase your Tiger Dollars now.
Are you looking for some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make. Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today. Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. When you purchase Tiger Dolls in the month of July, you'll receive access to my exclusive one-day webinar, 5 Primary Core Techniques to Become a Master Trader.
Hey, as we come back, we're still talking with France from, where are you at here?
Yeah,
Boynton Beach, yeah. Fantastic. So what's your question?
Yes, we were talking about, fiber optics. And what I'm talking about the infrastructure, bringing fiber to the homes and bring it and take it out. Because until we have that, we can have all the wants and needs to do everything streaming, but without the speed, like you said before, we'll never get there. And in order to get there, it's got to get to the homes or from the homes out to some kind of, redundancy set up or network through fiber.
Now, it depends on where you live. I actually just moved, and where I have basically any kind of data rate that I want to buy actually to the home, and it's on copper. They take the fiber basically on every block and then copper to the homes. That whole last mile thing is a big issue out there. I know that Google's actually spending the money to make a 10 gigabit network in Kansas City, Kansas, Missouri out there to really show what would happen and actually attract business to that small area. So there are people out there doing it. It's just going to take a while. A lot of it is the economy of scale. And when you have a lot of houses or townhomes or condos, much better chance you're going to get that early on. But over here in Tampa, Verizon's done a very good job with their FiOS service. And I think that you're going to see that continue on out there. We do have one more caller here before the end of the show, and that's Alex from New Jersey. We're going to be talking about feed.
David, a good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you. So I was watching this one last fall. What are you thinking about on it?
I was thinking in the same vein as you have been telling us about, in the mornings with respect to looking for low volume when they're going down almost to the rock bottom.
You know, this
I
is...
noticed it started to rise, it started to ascend a bit, but today it showed a break.
Yes, it did. It's up there with pretty decent volume. I looked at the stock very hard and actually played it last year. At that time, it was about $8 or so. The problem that came in is that they sell genetically modified seeds to the farmers in China. And we all saw how much money with Caterpillar sells and other farm implements, John Deere, just how much money they made selling a lot of that farm equipment over there, as a lot of the people from China left the fields to go to work in the assembly plants for electronics and other things. Basically, this one got caught up in that whole thing where anything in China, as far as accounting, is a fraud. And it's kind of been tarred with that whole brush. And also we found out that Chinese people only buy the cheapest things. And they bought the cheapest seeds that they could buy out there. They wouldn't buy these genetically modified seeds. I'm thinking that you may have found a good playoff here off the bottom. I would say that you probably need just a little bit more consolidation on this one, though.
There is a little spike that's back on the 7th, where it actually had more volume than it did today. But
yeah, it had 4.9 million shares that day and 4.5 million shares today. That's why I'm suspecting this thing, probably like the rest of the market, has got another 4 or 8 weeks to base out here. I think we're going to have probably going in or starting in September, we're going to have the next big rally phase of these markets out here. I want to thank you for the call, Alex. Make sure and listen to me every morning at 9 Eastern on TFNN.com. Just go to the front page there and click Listen Live. You all have a great day, a safe day, and a wonderful weekend.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of